Today we'll write 2 quatrains of rap where we'll try to integrate punchlines in our styles. First, we'll pick the beat. I'll go for a more old school vibe with Stevie. Here's a couplet. Now, we need a theme phrase like always. What I got from this instrumental is surprise come up, right? Okay, so the first bar, I need to start with a sentence. On our triangle, the random word could be car. Creating our sentence by combining the theme phrase and the random word, I can say incognito for a while. Now you look surprised when I pull up in something proper. If you have trouble coming up with your sentence, the triangle method is the perfect solution for you. Once you decide on the theme phrase, which is the general feeling of the instrumental summed up in a phrase, you pick a random word, any word you can think of. Once you have a random word and the theme phrase, you think of a sentence which combines them. If the theme phrase is forgiveness and our random word is swine, we can marry them contextually through the sentence, I don't forgive everybody because if you give a rose to a swine, it just eat it. Once we have that sentence, we can choose which system we're going to use and then proceed from there. So the triangle is a great way to come up with your sentences if you're experiencing issues when coming up with them initially. Improving on our sentence, I could add references, like replacing some of the words. So incognito for a while could be, I've been Frank Ocean, nowhere to be found, right? And then look surprised could be the face of a bitch slap after you slap back. And then pull up in something proper would be something more specific, like pull up in a continental, all black, right? Something like that. What are we doing here? That's right, we're polishing it up. Once you get your sentence from the triangle, you can polish it up by switching different words in order to keep the same sentiment while expressing it more eloquently. After the polishing up layer, you go ahead and rhyme it, format it, and so on. So the idea is to create our sentence, then pimp it out, and then fit it in. Okay, that's the punchline process. Okay, so we pimped it out. Now let's fit it in. We have I've been Frank Ocean, nowhere to be found. We have to start this right after beat 1, and the word Frank hits beat 2, and found hits beat 4. Here's how it sounds. Yeah, I've been Frank Ocean, nowhere to be found. We then have found as a rhyme word. We have to continue the sentence. I can say frown and write now you frown, where frown hits beat 1, pause after that. Then we can continue by saying like a bitch you slap back after she slaps. We can replace the word slap with smack as it sounds better. So here's how this sounds. I've been Frank Ocean, nowhere to be found. Now you frown like a bitch you smack back after she smacks. Then I can continue the third bar with when you see me. Now think of a rhyme for smacks, like bags. I can continue by saying, when you see me in a jag with a trunk full of bags. Making it better, I can say, when you see me in a jag, all black, with a trunk full of bags. Okay, so you see what's the process now? You create a sentence, pimp it out, fit it in, rhyme it out. Okay, that's the complete process. I can finish the quatrain by rhyming bags with tats, and with and bitch, and write with a trunk full of bags with a bitch with tats. Here's how this sounds. When you see me in a jack, all black, with a trunk full of bags with a bitch with tats. Now for the next quatrain, we need a brand new sentence. Using the triangle, we have the theme phrase, surprise come up, then the random word like water and the flow. So our sentence could be ice bucket challenge for you when you see my bank account. Ice sculptures on my neck, water in my pool, float around while thinking how to flow around obstacles on the way, right? That's a big, long sentence. Okay, now to pimp it out, I can change when you see my bank account to when the checking balance happens on speakerphone, right? And then change water in my pool to infinity pool, float around for long, thinking how to flow around. Then change obstacles on the way to barren islands placed before me, right? Now, fitting that in and rhyming it up, starting on beat 2, I can say ice bucket challenge, and then rhyme challenge with balance, and then continue like ice bucket challenge when the bank checking balance happen, where the word balance falls on beat 1 of the next bar. After which I can say over speakerphone, then rhyme phone with zone, and finish the couplet by saying man, I'm in the zone.
Ice bucket challenge, when the bank checking balance happens over speakerphone, man, I'm in the zone.
Then I have rhymes for zone, like flown, home, own, and with those rhymes, the bar could be flown private to the home I own, and then continue with pool infinity. After that, we continue the sentence with float around and flow around, but we'll add thinking how to between them and add barren islands after that. At the end, we'll rhyme the word infinity with before me and see, making the last bar barren islands, place before me, you gon' see. Now, I spilled over to the next quatrain, but we have to stop here.
Flown private to the home I own, pool infinity, float around, thinking how to flow around, barren islands, place with me, you gon' see.
And here's how the two quatrains sound.
Yeah, Top and Frank Ocean, nowhere to be found. Now you frown like a bitch you smack back after she smacks. When you see me in the jack, all black with a trunk full of bags, with a bitch with tats. Ice bucket challenge, when the bank checking balance happens over speakerphone, man, I'm in the zone. Flown private to the home I own, pool infinity, float around, thinking how to flow around, barren islands, place with me, you gon' see.
That's it. Thank you very much for watching.